Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Big 12 tournament, where the winner of this tournament will win the Big 12 championship tournament, and they will enter into the national championship tournament. Like I said, today we'll be doing the Big 12. So first, let's get into our first game. Not waste any time with Kansas and UCF. And after Kansas tried to make a comeback attempt against UCF, it ultimately failed. Couldn't get any recorded. I had the recording pause, but they tried, so they will move on into the quarterfinal round. Up next is BYU at Kansas State, and we're in for a good one here. Kansas State ended up dominating this game through all four quarters, so now that they will move on in the tournament, they will move on to round 2. And here they are, they move on to face either Baylor or Iowa State, which is our next game. Here we are getting ready to set up this next first round matchup between Baylor and Iowa State, where the winner will face Kansas State. Iowa State ended up dominating the second half of this game and took away the lead here late in the fourth quarter, and they're actually getting ready to probably score again. Hand off to the right. Touchdown, Iowa State. And here they go. They have officially moved on to the second round, the quarterfinals. Here we are in the Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium getting ready for Cincinnati at Oklahoma. Was trying to take the time off the clock to see if Cincinnati would have another chance to get the ball back, but they didn't. Oklahoma ran out the clock and they escaped a close one that was really back and forth. Oklahoma moves on as they defeat Cincinnati 24-17. Up next is Houston at West Virginia. Man, it really has looked pitiful for West Virginia in this match. Mountaineers' offense just looked absolutely horrible, especially in this game. They're going to try and get some points here, but no promises. Find a wide open man down the middle. Could get a chance of a touchdown and an onside kick here. The game's not over, ladies and gentlemen. We still have 23 seconds left on the clock and a possibility to win. And he spikes the clock. Or spikes the ball, which stops the clock. 23 seconds left to go. 2nd and 10 for the Mountaineers. Is West Virginia gonna complete the ultimate comeback that nobody expected? Gonna go deep to the end zone. Intercepted! I thought he scored. It was intercepted. And Houston is gonna win the game 28-13, and they move on to the next round to face Oklahoma. And here we are for our final game of round 1, TCU at Texas Tech. After a really bad interception thrown by TCU, Texas Tech gets the ball with about 1:17 left, up 10. I don't think there's a chance that TCU comes back. And they won't, but they did score, so Texas Tech moves on to the next round of the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, almost half have already been eliminated. We still got 7 more games to go. First, let's go ahead and start with our first quarterfinal game, UCF at the number 1 seed, Texas. And here we are for our first game of the quarterfinals, with the number 9 seed UCF Knights versus the number 1 seed Texas Longhorns. And after UCF had an early big lead, Texas came back and they didn't let their foot off the pedal. A late lead against UCF, and now it looks like that they're going to take this victory against the Knights. Texas wins 31-13. Now up next in a very controversial seeding decision here. I know that you guys probably aren't going to like this, but I ranked this based off of ESPN's conference ratings. Is Kansas State at Iowa State. So sorry, Kansas State fans. I almost put them, but I couldn't go against what I did for every other conference and choose for their ESPN conference rankings. After Iowa State held a 14-0 lead until about 3 minutes left, they choked the lead away, and now the game's tied back at 14-14 with 1:40 left to go. Iowa State has the ball. First down for Iowa State. Looking to score and take the lead here. Quarterback play hasn't been great at all. That's probably their best play they've had in the air all day. Both teams have first downs of 10. 10 first downs, I mean. Oh, over the middle, and it's caught down to the 5 or the 6 yard line. It was Iowa State with about 1:10 left to go. J.J. Cole, 8 for 14, 100-something yards and a pick. I didn't get to see it. Went away too quickly. Now run up the middle, and nobody tackled him. Cartavius Norton with the rushing touchdown. Now Kansas State has 50 seconds with all 3 timeouts to score a touchdown and send this game into overtime. Will they do it, or will they not? Drops back. Gonna throw. Way incomplete. Quarterback drops back. Gonna throw out right. It's caught. Almost a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Needs the first down. Gonna run for it. Gonna be a yard short, but he's actually gonna be stopped. It's gonna be 4th and 2. They had to call a timeout. It's now or never, Kansas State. You don't get it here, you don't win the game. Don't want to be knocked off this early in the playoffs. And a read option! And it works! He broke a tackle and gets even more. Down to the 45, and they take another timeout. What a great game. Fixing first down, but they still need points. Gonna throw right. Way incomplete. Will Howard. Not looking good. Will Howard drops back. Moves right a little bit. Tries to find a man. Gonna go way deep. Incomplete again. 9 for 30, 76 yards, 2 picks. Unbelievably awful performance by Will Howard. Drops back. Throws left. He's gonna be way short. They're gonna need to call a timeout here. This is not smart. You need to call this timeout here. They're gonna go for a play on 4th down. Gonna throw left. He got it. Went out of bounds. Xavier Lloyd. Now Kansas State from the 45-yard line in Iowa State territory needs to score a touchdown. They need to heave up the Hail Mary with about 3 seconds left in the game. Gonna go deep toward the end zone, and it's picked off by the Cyclones defense. But wait a minute, there is a flag on the play. Face mask. It's a face mask on Kansas State. And ladies and gentlemen, Iowa State has defeated Kansas State in probably the best game of this tournament so far. And they will move on to the next round. And they move on to the semifinals against Texas. And here we go. The next game here in the quarterfinals, Houston at Oklahoma. Oklahoma was winning 17-0, and they choked it away, and Houston has came back in a game that they easily could have won against Houston, and he's going to get stopped. It's going to be 3rd and 15 for Oklahoma. Houston might have a chance to get the ball, score, and win here. Dylan Gabriel drops back. Tries to find a man, going to throw over the middle, deep, incomplete, and they're going to have to punt to Houston with 1:57 left. In a tied ball game, 31-31. This definitely does look like Big 12 football. No defense. And the punt onto the Cougars. And he's going to get about 7 yards. Houston with 1:50 left in the game. 3 timeouts. Winner of this game gets to move on, but Oklahoma's still fighting for a chance to score. Going to try and get Houston to not really get far. Try and keep him in Oklahoma territory and punt. Gonna go right. Gonna get stopped. 3rd and 2. Looks like we have a Houston player hurt. 1:25 and counting. 3rd and 2 for the Cougars here. Gonna hand off up the middle, and he's gonna get the first down and a little bit more. Clock is still rolling. Looks like they might want to try and hit a field goal with time expiring if they can keep moving downfield like this. Going to throw left. It's going to get caught. 17-yard reception as Nathaniel goes out of bounds. Not even a last name given. College football revamp people, y'all need to fix that. Just saying. He's going to go left. Oh, and he's going to get clobbered after a 5-yard rush. They still have all 3 timeouts, 2nd and 5. No reason to rush too much here. And he's just going to let clock roll. I don't know if that's smart. All right. Down to 20 seconds left in the game and counting. Going to throw right. Going to be incomplete. 3rd and 5. Let's see what Houston decides to do here from the 39-yard line in Oklahoma territory. Tied 31 apiece. 16 seconds left. They're going to pass down the middle, and it's complete. And Houston, I think, called a timeout there. And they're already driving, and they're in field goal position to win the game. Oklahoma's defense choking. Houston's going to throw left. It's going to be complete, get about 5 yards, and go out of bounds with about 9 seconds left. Now I expect a run and then a timeout here for Houston. Nope, they're going to pass it. Really sketchy. Touchdown, Houston! Corner of the end zone. Wow, what a play by the Cougars. And Oklahoma is going to have 4 seconds to score. Are they going to do it on the kickoff? Or are they going to give them time to score with a play on offense? Looks like it's going to be returnable out of the end zone. I don't know how smart this is. And he's going to be tackled with 1 second left on the clock. Oklahoma needs a touchdown to send it into overtime. They're going to have to go about 81 yards in one play. Dylan Gabriel going to throw deep left. It's going to be almost caught a couple of times, but it's incomplete. And Houston comes into Oklahoma and upsets the number 3 seed in another shocking game finisher. And in our final quarterfinal game, we have Texas Tech traveling to the number 2 seed, Oklahoma State. This is Oklahoma State's first game of the tournament. Of course, they had a bye week because they were a top 2 seed. The winner of this game will go on to face the Big 12 Cinderella story of Houston, who went and upset at West Virginia and went and upset Oklahoma in Oklahoma. Can they do the same at either Texas Tech or Oklahoma State? Let's find out. But first, we need to see who they will face. All right, here we go. Boone Pickens Stadium. With 14 seconds left to go, Texas Tech has no timeouts left. If they want to win, they need to score here, and they're going to run up the middle, which was a dumb idea, and that's going to cost them the game. They should have thrown there. They could have gotten an onside kick. It's not going to be enough. What a terrible idea. As we got back into the game, Texas Tech spoiled the opportunity, and Oklahoma State won in pretty convincing fashion here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're down to our final 4 teams. Texas, Iowa State, Houston, and Oklahoma State. The number 1 seed, the 4 seed, the 11 seed, and the 2 seed. Let's get to our first semifinal game between Texas and Iowa State. And well, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to admit it, but Iowa State had absolutely no chance of winning in the biggest blowout of the entirety of the national tournament so far. Insane offense from Texas here as they beat Iowa State 44-7. And they will move on to the Big 12 championship, where they will either face the Cinderella story Houston or the number 2 seed Oklahoma State. This one went by so fast too, I couldn't even catch it till it was finally over. Houston upsets in a massive blowout at Oklahoma State. Is Houston gonna go to the Big 12 championship and upset the number 1 seed Texas? Let's find out here in a minute after they absolutely demolished and upset Oklahoma State. Ladies and gentlemen, we are down to our Big 12 championship. The number 1 Texas Longhorns versus the number 11 Houston Cougars. To get here, Houston had to go and upset at West Virginia. Houston had to go at Oklahoma, upset them. Houston had to go to Oklahoma State, demolished them. Houston never had a home game in the entire playoff, yet 3 straight away games, they upset their team. Today, up against the Texas Longhorns, will they finally do it here in the Big 12 Championship, where the winner of this bracket will move on to the national bracket and face off against other teams in the country? And Texas elects to kick, and here we go. We are now going to be underway here in the Big 12 Championship with Texas kicking off to Houston here on the opening kickoff. Oh, and he dropped the kickoff return. That might cost him a couple of yards. Man, that looked like it could have been pretty bad. All right, here on the first play of Houston's first drive, let's see what the offense can do as they prepare to attempt to upset Texas. Both of these teams absolutely destroyed their opponents in the semifinals. And after the first quarter ended, Texas has a 7-0 lead, but Houston is in the red zone with the ball. And it's 2nd and 4. They have an opportunity to score here, and they're going to run left, get about to the 10-yard line, and get the first down. 1st and goal, 9.5-yard line for Houston. The Cinderella story that nobody expected to even make it here. Tried to run right, went back left, only got about 4 on the carry. They need to score here because we know Texas, they have a killer offense. And they just love to score. And he's going to get down to the half-yard line. And let's see if Houston can get it. I'd expect maybe a fullback run, a run up the middle, QB sneak, something here. They got a packed defensive line. Handoff to the fullback. And he got nothing. He actually lost a couple yards. And Houston is going to have to resort to kicking a field goal here in the 2nd quarter, which is not what they hoped for with all the momentum in this drive. The kick is up. It is good. They take their first points of the game. Houston's now going to kick off to Texas. Let's see what their offense can do here in the 2nd quarter. After a punt from both teams, Houston, Texas, the ball is back in Houston's hands with 1 minute and 7 seconds left. It is still 7-3. It's been really defensive here in the first half of this game. Gonna run right and pass and gets nowhere. Gonna drop back. He's gonna run and he's gonna get the first down and then some more and gets speared, but he gets back up from it. 56 seconds left to go. I think Houston called a timeout. Down to about the 35-yard line. Takes the snap. Gonna run right again, but he gets caught by the defense. Gets nowhere, loses about 5 yards, and they're already going for the no huddle. Tavondre Sweat with the tackle. 42 seconds left to go till halftime. After the hurry-up offense, gonna throw, and it's caught. And he's gonna get down to around the 21-yard line. About actually the 20. More 19.5. He got farther than I expected. Did decide to call a timeout. Gonna try and score a touchdown here. Gonna go right. It's caught over the middle. First down inside the 5. 1st and goal, Houston with 31 seconds left to go. Gonna go no huddle. Don't even need to call a timeout, but the time is running. Making some adjustments. He's gonna try and run it himself, and he's gonna get it. Houston has taken the lead here in the Big 12 championship. And with this extra point, that'll make it 10-7. The extra point is up. It's good. They take a 10-7 lead. It is now the 4th quarter. Texas has only gotten a touchdown and a field goal. Houston is behind a touchdown with 4:24 left in the game. They need a touchdown to tie it up, then rely on their defense to get the ball back. He's going to get caught and be about 3 yards. Stacy Sneed goes with the option. The quarterback gets clobbered and he throws a man off of him as Houston gets the first down. He's going to hand off to the right and he's going to get nothing. After a couple of more plays, they move the ball down to the 35-yard line. 3 minutes and counting left to go. 1st and 10 for Houston. Going to be a fake handoff and a read option by the quarterback. He's going to get about 9 yards on the rush. Play action. Going to throw right. It's caught. Tried to go out of bounds but didn't get there. Texas trying to hold off Houston. If Texas allows Houston to score, they're going to need to go downfield and score again. Awful play decision right there for Houston. Throws out of bounds. Not wide receiver. The running back gets a block. It's not going to be much. 3rd and 8. Big play right here for Texas. 19.5-yard line. I'm going to drop back. Going to throw over the middle, and it's caught. Down to the 2. C.J. Nelson with the grab. 1st and goal, Houston, with 2 minutes remaining. All right, let's see what Houston decides to do here. Last time they got up to this close to the field, they had to take a field goal early in the game. Going to go with the read option, and there's just an open lane. Touchdown, Houston. And after the extra point that tied it, Texas is now tied 17-17 with the opportunity to score and not have to go into overtime. Houston fighting to get the ball back or go into overtime. Houston still has all 3 timeouts. Quinn Ewers, the throw over the middle. It's caught. I thought he dropped it. Almost close to midfield around the 48, 49-yard line. And they're running no huddle here. Quinn Ewers with a great throw. Gonna throw far right, and it's caught again. And in just 2 plays, they're already in Houston territory. They're already close to field goal range. I think their kicker's named Brandon Auburn. Really good kicker. Oh, and he gets clobbered and sacked by Houston's D-line. And the defense of Houston is already starting to notice what they're doing. They're choking the game away. But don't forget how killer this Texas offense is. It's so killer that it even makes O.J. Simpson blush, and goodness gracious. Absolutely demolished there. 3rd and 8 for Texas. Big play here. Quinn Ewers takes the snap, and he's almost sacked. But it's going to go down as an incomplete pass and not a fumble. He had a forward hand motion, and Texas is going to go for it on 4th and 8. If they don't get it, Houston will have a chance to get the ball with 48 seconds and 3 timeouts. Quinn Ewers drops back. He's going to throw right. It's going to get caught, but it's going to be a yard short. Just 1 extra yard is all they needed to get the first and continue. But it's Houston ball and turnover on downs. And can the Cinderella story complete it and go on to the national bracket? He's going to drop back, throw right, complete, gets about 7 yards, goes out of bounds. 39 seconds, 2nd and 3, still 3 timeouts. Houston still in Texas territory. They need to, or still in their territory. They need to move to Texas. Play action pass, going to throw left, and it's caught out of bounds again. Already around the 45-yard line. Getting closer and closer to midfield. Getting closer and closer to Texas territory. Houston's quarterback going to drop back, throw left again, but this time it doesn't work. Texas snooped it out. 32 seconds left to go. 45-yard line. 3 timeouts for both teams still remain. Don't want to throw an interception here either. 2nd and 10. Houston's quarterback drops back, throws left, it's caught, but he's going to get nothing and lose 3 yards. 25 seconds remaining. This is not a good idea here. They need to call a timeout. That was a play that needed to be a timeout. And they are no huddling, which is not smart. They might have to take this game into overtime. And it looks like that they're going to let the time run out. Are they just going to give this play 1 extra heave? I think that they might take it to overtime, but unless they score the touchdown here, going to be just a normal dump off over the middle, and he's going to get nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, awful decision by Houston, but they've decided to take it to overtime. And this is already an even bigger game than we could have imagined. Texas has decided they're going to start on defense, and Houston's going to get the ball first. This is old college rules in overtime. Throws to the left, gets about 7 yards. 2nd and 3. Gonna hand off up the middle. Gonna get the first down for Houston. Houston on 1st and 10. Gonna throw down to the left. He's gonna get close to the first down line. 2nd and 3. Throws incomplete. 3rd and 3 for Houston. Big play here by the Cougars. Making adjustments at the line. And it's incomplete again as he throws into the seats. And they're going to have to take a field goal here. And it's up. It's good. But man, it's not looking too good for Houston. All Texas has to do, score a touchdown. Houston looking to not let them score at all, maybe get a turnover. But a field goal is acceptable. Touchdown's not acceptable. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 for Texas. Quinn Ewers could go with the option. Gets about 3 yards. 3rd and 7. And it's already not looking too great for Texas. They might have to take the field goal here. Don't want to take a sack either. Quinn Ewers drops back. Throws over the middle. Incomplete. 4th and 7. A field goal will send it to a second overtime. A miss. Houston will win. The kick from Texas is up. It's good. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going into second overtime. Texas will get the ball first. 20-20. 2 OT. Quinn Ewers throws over the middle, caught, first down Longhorns. And handoff up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles. 2nd and 5. Big 2nd and 5 here for Texas. Gonna throw left and it's incomplete. 3rd and 5 again. Making some adjustments. Texas looking for a touchdown. Gonna throw. Caught. Touchdown Texas. And an extra point will make it a 7-point game. Kick is up. It is good. If Houston throws a pick, the game's over. What they need to do is score a touchdown, go for a 2-point conversion and win. Miss it, Texas will win. Or send it to a 3rd overtime with a PAT. Almost picked off, but it's incomplete. Gonna throw right. Only got about 3 yards. 3rd and 7. Not looking good for Houston. But they need to send it to a 3rd overtime. It's caught by Houston. Not good. 4th and 5. If they don't get the first, Texas wins. If they do get the first, the game continues. Houston. Quarterback drops back, takes the snap. Throws caught. 1st down, Houston. The game will continue. Already looking for a touchdown here. Gonna hand off up the middle. Gonna get a lot of yards. Gonna get down to about the 2.5, 3-yard line. Houston already in prime territory to score. 2 men behind him. Gonna run with the option. And Houston's quarterback gets down to the half-yard line. 1st and goal, Houston. Half-yard line. To send it to a 3rd overtime, they need to score. Texas needs a goal line stand. And the handoff. And he doesn't make it. Houston does not make it. Man, oh man, oh man. It is looking big here. It is looking grim. Gonna roll left and he's gonna score. Touchdown, Houston. And with this extra point, will send us to 3rd overtime. The kick is up. It's good. Houston scores. Texas scores. Texas scores. Houston scores. 3rd overtime. No more PATs. You have to go for 2-point conversions here. This is old college overtime rules. Houston's quarterback drops back. Gonna roll right. Gonna run. No! Doesn't run, but he gets sacked. Doesn't lose anything, though. I hope he's alright. Houston's quarterback sends a man in motion. The wheel route. It's thrown. It's caught. 3rd and 4. Alright, here we go. For Houston. Thrown over the middle. Caught! Down to the 1-yard line goes Houston. They won't quit. But Texas looking like their defense is quitting. That's for sure. They need a touchdown. Handoff up the middle and they score. Touchdown, Houston. They take a 33-27 lead. But they need to go for 2 here. No PATs allowed. This will make it an 8-point game. Houston, quarterback drops back. Throws. Gonna run. He gets it. He gets into the end zone after he should have been sacked 5 yards behind the end zone. And Texas needs to score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to send it to 4 overtimes. Quinn Ewers drops back. Throws, finds a man open on the check down, gets about 9. 2nd and 1. Then a handoff to the left by Texas, and they just barely get the first. In triple overtime, looking to send it to quadruple overtime, and a handoff up the middle to Texas, and he gets about 9. Quinn Ewers gonna go with the QB draw. Awful play idea. I don't know who's calling plays here, but that could have been the worst thing possible. The QB draw. 3rd and 5 for Texas. Handoff up the middle. He only gets a yard. Not a good idea. 4th and 4. Can Houston hold on? A 1st down extends it. A 1st down ends it. And a touchdown and a 2-point conversion will extend it too. Texas. Quinn Ewers drops back. Looking, gonna get sacked, fumbled, picked up by Texas, but he's down, and the Houston Cougars have gone on to upset every single team they faced in the playoffs. And the Cinderella story is over for the conference. The Big 12 champion tournament is over, and the Houston Cougars have won, and they have sent the Longhorns fans home angry as they move on to the national tournament, joining the UAB Blazers from the American. In triple overtime in a beautiful game, 35-27. And ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Houston. As I said, they have won the Big 12 as they defeated West Virginia. They defeated Oklahoma. They defeated Oklahoma State. They defeated the top 3 teams in the conference, and they won. They beat top 3 teams, all 3 of them, and even the number 6 seed. Never had a home playoff game, was always at the disadvantage, and they still went on to win in triple overtime, upsetting the Texas Longhorns. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like down below. Know that we still have multiple more conferences left to go as I continue the series over the next coming weeks. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.